The other day we migrated to Kingdom 675, which is one of the new active kingdoms, and that means there are a lot of active players and active targets there. So we decided to do a quad rally party with RCX, Pew, HPZ and IDAT. I was leading for RCX, and we've been looking for targets for over an hour now. Everything we'd rallied had either shielded or ported away, so we were ready to give up. But then I found this last target and decided to give it a go. He's 530 mil in one of the Chinese guilds. He is in war gear. It's a kind of purple gold war gear mix. So that's not amazing war gear, but it does give him the advantage here. Now, to be honest, guys, I could give you an hour-long shield compilation. That's how bad the shielding porting away was. But this guy isn't online. He doesn't shield. He doesn't port away. Well, he's in the province, so he can't shield now anyway. But yeah, he doesn't get any reinforcements. That's a good sign. It means that if he's not getting reinforcements, he's most likely not online, because if your guildmate is being rallied and they're not online to tell you what to do, most of the time you'll be quite slow to reinforce them because you won't know what to send half the time. Me and Hex were going range, IDAT were going inf, and HPZ are going cav. Now these are all blind rallies. We did not know what this guy had. He had anti-up, we didn't have a spy in the guild. So this is fairly risky. You know, if set up the right way, a 500 mil can cap a quad, especially since IDAT had to cancel this time because they weren't full. 500 mil can cap a triple fairly easily depending on the setup. The three rallies are walking now. We had timed them so that all three would hit within 3 seconds of each other. That's good because if he's online, he can't heal his troops back in between the rallies. So as soon as rallies start walking, he now can't port out of the province, or they'll all hit him at once, and he can't shield. So the first rally, which is cav, hits him, gets capped. My range rally burns him second, and wow, that report is close. Only walking back with my T1 siege, and I've only won that hit by 50k troops, but it's still a burn. Looking at his comp, he only had 400k T4 inf left, and the rest was just cav and range. You know, luckily I sent in inf wedge, so I was able to split the inf in half and then go on hitting his cav, which is why I was able to burn him here. But gone in cav wedge or inf phalanx, he would have smoked. I still would have walked back, but he would have smoked. Although that would have been a problem because the next range rally from Hex would have burned him anyway. So he's random ported out of the province, and it actually takes us over 10 minutes to find him. IDAT put his coordinates in global and everyone ports around him. HPZ are the first to set, and I know that they're going range because I've told them there's only 8 mil cav range left. So I'm going to set inf, and the plan here is that they're going to take out the rest of his cav, and my inf rally will hit only range left. We don't have the first battle report because the rally was capped, but it looks like from the kingdom board that because HPZ's cav rally only took out 900k and because of the drop, it looks like that was just T4. So it appears that this guy was an inf rain trap. So if this guy had got reinforcements, he would have been able to eat definitely 2 rallies, maybe the third one if he was healing. You see there, gathering marches, returning to his turf. So it looks like this guy sent out gathering marches probably for Guildfest right before he went to sleep. So he hasn't been offline very long. Probably only less than an hour. Second wave of rallies are now 20 seconds away from walking. I'm actually quite nervous at this point because HPZ need to hit first, otherwise my inf is going to run into his cav. So I changed to familiar gear so that I'm not in speed gear to slow my march down. But you know, then I relax when I see them walk, and I change to my inf gear. Not got any reinforcements from his guild, but I guess there's not really much they can do now. So HPZ's rally hits him, and you can already see solo marches coming in. And one of them hits right after HPZ's rally, gets capped, and then my rally frees him. So it killed 4.8 mil on that hit. There's only 300k left. I think Hex finishes that one off, or maybe it's the guy who soloed right after me. I don't know, I didn't check. That is our first and only 0 of that rally party. And this really does go to show how important reinforcing your offline guildmates are, because some guilds won't even reinforce their guildmates if they're offline and in the wrong gear. This guy was in the right gear, and if he'd had full reinforcements, I think he would have capped all 3. because he would have had at least a 2.3 mil T4 int front line, and he saw that cav rally only killed 900k of that. So mine and Hex's range rallies would have been melted. So this final clip I'm going to show you guys was taken earlier yesterday. The big Chinese guilds in our kingdom were doing their own rally party, and they're rallying this other Chinese player right here. I'd jump in and start a range rally to try and steal some kills. Now, this player is actually online. He's got 3 rallies coming towards him. He does eat the first 2 with a lot of losses, but then the third one burns him. Now, the third rally is range. I didn't check what the first 2 are sending, but I assumed okay. But because range has burned this guy and there's 7 million combined losses, he's got to be in an inf. Well, yeah, he's got to have been in an inf phalanx. And the first 2 rallies killed all the inf, so now he's only got cav range left, and that's why it burned. And because I have a range rally waiting now, I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. And we can see after the rallies, he ports away. Absolutely massive losses in the board there. He lost over 10 to 12 million troops in just a couple of seconds. Whilst he was online, he ports away after taking those 3 hits. At first, I thought, well, I should cancel. If he doesn't have Fury, then he'll just shield. But then I noticed that the 3 Chinese guilds that were rallying him reset their rallies. Now, why would they do that if he was online and not in Fury and was going to shield? So that made me think, okay, maybe they know something that I don't. Maybe he is actually in Fury. I didn't see him go into Fury. I did come in late. But maybe he activated Fury so he could get more attack boosts for taking his rally, even though that didn't go very well. Chose not to cancel. I kept it going just in case he did have Fury and couldn't shield from my rally. And if he did shield, I just have to press cancel. No biggie there. But he does actually port to one of the provinces right before my rally launched. Now, he chose a bad province because he chose one that was right next to where he was. People port to the province for only really 2 reasons. First reason is quite obviously they have multiple rallies on them, and they want the first few rallies to burn them, because when that happens, the other rallies will be cancelled. Or they want the players rallying them to think that they can't take it, and so to like psych them out into a false sense of security, when in reality this guy could actually be a trap ready to cap them all. But because he just burned, we know that it can't be the second option. It can only really be the first option. I was spamming in chat for them to carpet because I knew that any second now those Chinese guild rallies were going to launch right behind me, and if they reached him first, then they would burn him out and my rally would be cancelled and I wouldn't get any kills. So we do carpet and the rally is sped up somewhat. He's getting a lot of spam right now, so he can't really change formation to counter me. He did heal like a couple million might, but not much. And here comes my rally, somewhat slow. And yeah, I actually get capped on this hit, which surprised me. But when you look at the drop, he went down 50 million might. So I definitely hit some kind of a T4 cav there. And now I was a bit nervous because I thought the Chinese guilds were going to cancel on him and set 3 rallies on me, which would not have been fun at all. Because I'm now relying on them to free my leader. And they take their sweet time, but eventually someone carpets a cav rally and smacks him out of the province. And this actually this threw me off a bit, because if he was in an int formation, then he wouldn't have been able to cap my range rally, and he definitely wouldn't have burned to a cav rally just now. So I think this guy was actually in range wedge. Just see that cav player carpeting him, burning him out the province. My leader is free now. Okay, so with range wedge, you've got range in the front, and then cav is the second line. When your troops kill half of their total range, you then go on to hitting their cavalry. His range front line was probably shredded right then, so it was cav was basically the next line. My range rally hit a bit of his range and then his cav, which is why he dropped so much. But because he still has all of his inf there, my rally was eaten. But with the first 3 rallies, I actually learned later that the first rally that hit him was cav, that only killed 2 million T2. But the hits that did 7 million combined losses each, they were actually ranged, so that makes sense there. Cav rally burned him at the end because he would have only had cav and a lot of inf left. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe if you are new. I'll see you all next time.